It's good to be in something from the ground floor. I came too late for that. I know. But lately, I'm getting the feeling that I came in at the end. The best is over.
It's over, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it over? It's over, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it over? You won, and she chose you, and she loved you.
So the year is 2028. All right. Movies are only in theaters for exactly 3 days. Okay, so you have exactly 3 days to watch it. All ticket prices start at about $100 because they're part of the Disney cinematic experience.
Yeah.
So you grab your ticket to watch the latest movie in theaters. It's a Alien Avengers Star Wars crossover made entirely with AI and tailored for your individual experience in the theater. And in the middle of the showing, Luke Skywalker turns to the camera to advertise Uber directly to you. After that miserable experience, you go back home and you said, you know what? I want to watch some real, movies in cinema, not any of this AI crap. So you pop on Netflix, which has since acquired Warner Brothers, and you say, well, let me go watch that latest James Gunn Superman. Now, unfortunately, all movies now on Netflix come in a exclusive 9:16 phone format. So you try to watch your Superman movie, and they made some changes too, because they know that people will be watching other stuff or be distracted. So now every movie is automatically subtitled, and whenever a character walks into scene, they will loudly and boldly declare who they are and what they're doing and their intention. So you can never miss anything. There's about 50 billion things constantly popping off. Every single franchise is back that you can imagine from the Warner Brothers catalog, and everything sucks. This is the future. This is the future we are rapidly approaching. And I don't know the solution, folks. I think art's dead. Well, no, the art's not dead yet, or it's not dead yet, but it's getting there. It's getting there at a rapid rate. So this episode, we're going to talk about a couple different things. Two main topics, right? One is the potential buyout of Netflix with Warner Brothers, as well as the Sora Disney AI deal, and how both of these things are just plunging us rapidly into artistic hell, and there is no escape. And in order to do this, I brought my good friend and co-host along, Beto. You like movies, right? I hear this.
I like movies, yeah.
You like cinema. You like TV shows handcrafted by people with a purpose.
Of course, absolutely.
Yeah, that's not gonna fly, kid.
I'm mad.
So to start off, I guess the story is like a week or so old now. And I didn't want to cover it. I did not want to cover it. But after the 1-2 punch with the Disney Sora deal, I felt like I had to speak up about the fact that all art is circling the drain. Not all art, I should say.
No.
But any art that's managed by like the studio system is, rapidly careening off of a cliff because of some very nearsighted business decisions, I would say.
Yeah.
But let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. With the very first topic, Netflix buying Warner Brothers. I think, in my opinion, this will be the opening. If this goes through, this is like the closing act on movie theaters as a concept, and I really don't like that.
It seems a little bleak now with it. Even though it's not like it's, I know it has to run by governments and all that and policies, but just hearing that just feels an empty pit in my stomach. Just knowing that all movies are just going to be in theaters for 5 minutes, and you can't even watch.
And I know you really like going to the movies.
I do.
Beto. Out of anyone I know, you go to the movies the most. By like a wide margin. Right. You use an A-list to its fullest potential.
It's there for a reason. It's there for a reason.
And I enjoy the theater. I know theaters have gotten like a lot of hate over time.
It does, yeah.
By people say, well, it's too expensive, or oh, it is too people talk, or this and that, or it's not a good experience, or this is wrong. And I get it.
Yeah.
But there is something special about going to the movies, in my opinion. There's Nicole Kidman ad says, when the lights begin to dim, magic happens. You are somehow transformed by the experience. Dazzling images on a silver screen, and all that jazz. And some of my like best experiences, in the past few years have been me sitting down in a movie theater where all I'm doing is watching the movie, right? I'm not doing anything else. I'm watching the movie and I'm seeing like, I have the full music and the sound and the visuals, and I'm just experiencing like an artist's like vision, or the many hands that made this film. And I've had some really incredible experiences. And it's different. It's different than watching it at home on your television.
Yeah.
It is just a 100% different experience.
Yeah, most definitely. I can't really. I know I do like watching sometimes a movie that probably I never got to see in theaters, and probably saw it just at my home. But my couch is very comfortable. I get very sleepy. I think about 2-3 years ago, I was doing an Oscar Best Picture watch list, and I was trying to watch one of the Best Picture movies, and I fell asleep on my couch. And I was like, dang, I could do that in the theater, but I'm still focused.
It's different. It's a very different experience.
It's a different experience for sleeping.
And especially for like slower paced movies, right?
Yeah.
I think it's easier to lock in on a film when you're watching it in a theater. Like I think recently I saw like One Battle After Another, right? That's not my favorite film of the year, but I was really transfixed, and I was able to appreciate the cinematography and everything that was going on because I was in a theater, right?
Yeah.
Because I did not have the temptation to like look away, or I was not distracted by anything that goes along in your own house, right? I was truly able to like take in and enjoy that movie.
Yeah.
And it's just not the same when you're at
No.
home. And I know you'll get the people that say, well, actually, I have a super elite setup. Okay. I have the sound bar, and I have like a 70-inch TV, and this, that's great. But it's still not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same thing. It's just flat out not the same experience. And there has to continue to be a place to see these movies. And I know, I mean, like, we're being a little hyperbolic when we say, like, well, Netflix is going to kill movie theaters, right? But
but
they do want to kill movie theaters, right?
The CEO has complicitly said, "Hey guys, I think we have to listen to the consumer, not people, consumer." So the CEO doesn't really care about you. Just to let you know that.
And like Ted Sarandos, like he like literally is like, yeah, I want this, and all the changes they want, as I was joking earlier about like characters walking into screen and like loudly saying what their intents are. That is something Netflix does, 100%. Like Netflix does encourage the dumbing down of movies and TV shows and different things because they know, and they're banking on people being distracted while watching it, which is crazy to me. I think that's like a crazy thing to do when you're making art. is to be like, well, I also got like jingle keys, for people,
It's gonna be
or make the plot so clear and so obvious that somebody who's not paying attention can like view it. And that stinks.
What happened? This movie doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was going on until the character said their motivations, their hatred.
And I feel like all the quote unquote like best like Netflix movies are not like they're more of just traditional movies that Netflix bought.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like there's a difference between a Netflix movie and a movie that Netflix has licensed. You know the difference, right? Like I don't have to describe it, but you in your heart know the difference between a Netflix movie and a movie Netflix has licensed.
There's it's a clear difference between
Roma did Netflix
and
do
Tall
the
Girl.
Irishman? The Irishman?
The Irishman?
Sorry, not the Irishman.
The Irishman, yeah. There's a clear difference between the Irishman and Tall Girl.
Tall Girl or Carry On or there's a lot of like Netflix thrillers, right? That are done in that like style, the Netflix style, right? Yeah. Where it's like mid-budget, maybe has a little bit of a high like a concept, but it's very simplistic.
Yeah.
And
not well done.
That can't be. I mean, they have their place. Okay. I've enjoyed these films, right? I'm not gonna, be like, oh, I'm such a high art connoisseur that I can't enjoy a boilerplate like action movie. But it can't be it can't be like what's going forward permanently.
No, it shouldn't be.
And like, and when I think of some like the like best films that I've like, seen, or some films like I've really enjoyed, I can't really imagine them being like Netflix movies, right? Like I can't see Parasite being a Netflix,
Oh my God.
I just don't think that would like work.
Parasite cinematic universe.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing. It's like Netflix loves to do cinematic universes, or like, well, I guess not cinematic, but like television universes, and like expand things that are popular. Like
yes, they cancel stuff.
Like they cancel stuff. This is true.
Yeah.
Because the Netflix format, if you do not know, is to constantly get new subscribers, retain subscribers, and get new subscribers. So they'll do a lot of things. That's why a lot of like these movies have big budget like actors or like known people in them, right? It's because that's not necessarily to be quality, but it's because you'll say, yo, is that a movie with Mark Wahlberg and Jennifer Aniston? I think I'll subscribe to Netflix this month, right? That's the goal of it, right? If Netflix has a really cool TV show idea that you see clips of and you say, oh, that's really cool, I'm subscribing to Netflix. They got you. That's the model, right? It doesn't matter if like they cancel it or whatever, because for the most part, people aren't watching their subscriptions month to month like that. So, if Netflix has Warner Brothers, I'm sure they'll do like the biggest and bombastic like stuff, like IP driven, whatever, in order to get subscribers. Or to merge, I guess, HBO Max and Netflix into one super service, which is another thing that's going to cost like what, $30 a month or something outrageous.
Yeah,
but that's just going to be so they can get subscribers, and that's a very bad way to bang a business, because it doesn't have the same goals as like, oh, we want to like retain customers. No, it's like, oh, we just want a constant stream of new customers.
Yeah, especially Netflix. And HBO, they have TV shows. They vary based off creativity, and actually they have a history of making television, of making actual like TV series, having showrunners. Netflix is just create, and then hopefully it gets them their subscribers, and then they cut the cord very quickly.
Mm-hmm. And also, I want to move on, is like the Before we move on complete from death in movie theaters, I want to mention how Ted Sarandos says, "I promise, guys, if we get Warner Brothers, we'll definitely release the films in movie theaters.
That's a lie.
Don't believe his lies.
Don't believe that propaganda, please."
Don't it's like letting Pennywise babysit your kids, and Pennywise is like, trust me, I'm not gonna eat them. I'm sorry, you can't trust him. He is literally the guy who says, I want to kill these movie theaters, and don't trust him with a movie studio.
Yeah, please, you guys have to think about this for real for once. My goodness.
And what's one film that I could not, for the love of my life, see at home? I had to watch in the movie theater.
Which one?
Is Magazine Dreams. Magazine Dreams is one of my favorite movies that came out this year. It is one of the most uncomfortable watches I've ever had in my life. Like, I was in my seat, like squirming, looking around, desperately trying to like get out, but couldn't, right, in that movie theater. Incredible film. I could not do that at my house. The ability to pause completely alters that film, in my opinion. That's a film you need to be like strapped down in a place, in a location you can't leave. Because, woo, man, every single time Killian does something, just does like the worst thing you've ever seen, and like just blows up his life even more. It is just like crushing.
The uncomfortable cringe.
Yes, he's very cringe, extreme cringe, and you need to be in a movie theater to properly not enjoy but experience
that. Do you think if Netflix does acquire Warner Brothers and they said, oh, we're gonna keep the movies in theaters, do you think there's just going to be like I've seen the meme images of, are you still watching at the movie theaters?
Imagine. No, I feel like if Netflix, what they'll probably do is they're probably shorting the release windows like crazy.
They probably do that, yeah.
And release windows are already super short. I hate the fact that movies these days, if they don't take off like immediately, they get pushed on to streaming like in a few weeks. It's a bad business model. Because it just tells consumers, just wait. You know, it's like it completes like you might be able to recoup losses faster or get money faster, but you keep training audiences to say, unless it's a super mega film, don't bother. And that's very unfortunate.
Like why would you do that? Give a fair share to all those. Yeah.
And that's why, I joke about the Disney mega experiences, but I feel like that's where we're going. I feel like, when Martin Scorsese said that Marvel movies are what do you call them?
Theme parks.
Theme parks. Yeah. He was right.
He was right. He's 100% right.
I feel like we're going there. Like, I feel like the end state of a movie theater is it's not a movie theater, it's like a concert hall.
Right.
And, you show up to like go to like the big shows, right? Tickets are like, $50, and you show up and like, everyone gets in there and you can like throw your popcorn and cheer and whatever. And it's only like the big blockbuster, like Avengers, like Doomsday kind of, whatever.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is like where we're heading, and that's awful.
It's yeah. It feels that way. You're just only going to be there for the movies that are the big budget movies. I feel a lot of defense from the Marty Supreme marketing, because it feels a lot different. I'm like, this is a lot for an A24 movie. Well, an A24 produced movie, because it's just like, they're really pushing for this movie for everybody to watch. And a lot of people are just like, why are they doing this? It's like, it's marketing.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you mean? What do you mean they're not? What are they doing? They're just marketing the movie. obviously
we,
it's
believe it or
it's
not,
crazy.
we used to market dramas.
Yeah.
We used to expect people to go to theaters and watch a drama because it was good.
Yeah. Don't you remember? We need to bring that back. The voice, the like the just the movie trailer voice guys.
Oh yeah.
This summer.
It's I don't know when that fell out of fashion. Movie trailer voice guy. Somewhere in the 2000s,
Somewhere.
2010s. Probably when they started making fun of it on YouTube. I feel like around there, it became like a self-fulfilling prophecy, and then that guy just disappeared.
Yeah.
And I miss him. I do.
More
I
movies.
miss like
more trailers like that.
Yeah, a comedy or a drama movie would have like at first like an upbeat track, and then like, you know, it's like this person's life was like this, and then like it would switch over to like maybe a more somber thing, and it's like, but then this happened to them, and then they had to overcome. You know,
Yeah.
that's gone now.
It's bleak.
It is. It is.
The industry is over.
The industry is over, and I think also the brand consolidation on Netflix and Warner Brothers is also a bad thing. I think crossovers were fun at first, but I feel like we're running up on like I think we're gonna enter like some real crossover fatigue soon. It's crossovers are very common like video games and like different media like that, but I feel like we're gonna hit like real crossover fatigue because I feel like that's, you know, cinematic universes were like, you know, I think they were done, but I think they're kind of, you know, ending. But I feel like now it's going to be like how can we do a this versus this or this with this, right? Let's just mash the IPs together in a big soup and see what happens. I think Doomsday is going to be like the big example of that. I think Wolverine and Deadpool was also like, you know, one of the first tests of like mashing IPs together. And I think we're gonna, you know, it's gonna be movies for a minute are gonna be Ready Player One.
Ready Player One or Space Jams 2.
Space Jam 2. Yeah, the IP mash, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's where everyone's gonna be watching it, and then they just, you know, they fall off, and everyone and all the studios are gonna be like, why are they not clapping? We spent $250 million on this. And it's like, oh.
Because like in my head right now, I can already see like the Stranger Things crossover, like just right at the dome.
That's the spin-offs.
Yeah, spin-offs of like this and that, or like, oh, let's get this character to show up with this guy.
Yeah.
You know,
the secret sequel.
Yeah, secret sequel. Let's get like, I don't know, like Money Heist is big. So when Money Heist was crossed over something else, or
oh my gosh,
you know, let's do this, or you know, let's do a Squid Game with you know, this character. I don't know.
Squid Game with BoJack Horseman.
BoJack Horseman, yeah. But it's just a big, like, I think we're entering big crossover territory because there's nothing left to do when you have all these IPs. I'm convinced, you know, and this isn't a Netflix or Warner Brothers, but I am convinced we will get a Star Wars Marvel movie at some point.
Out of all of the news of AI and mergers, I truly think that if Star Wars and Marvel ever crossed over in live action format, I think the industry is over at that point.
Legitimately. That's like the end state. That's end state and capitalism. We've lost the plot.
We lost it.
I assume by that point we're already living like Blade Runner.
Just dark, moody, raining all day.
Raining all day, yeah. It's already over. But what if I told you, Beto, there's a chance that they can stop the Netflix.
How do we do that?
Buyout? Well, what if I told you there was another large company that wanted to buy the Warner Brothers property?
Someone else?
Yeah. What's that? Is that Larry Ellison of a steel chair? So Paramount wants to buy Netflix. I mean, not Netflix, Warner Brothers as well. And they're being extremely aggressive. You know, they want to do a hostile bid to stop this Netflix deal. It also helps, I think, Larry Ellison is friends with the current administration, and they're pulling out all the stops to, make this happen. And this is a real Alien versus Predator situation. Whoever wins, we lose. Because they're both bad for different reasons, right? Netflix is bad because it's like death of the movie theaters. Paramount is bad because it's also Larry Ellison's also like the CEO of like Oracle, and he also wants to inject AI in everything and is managing like this extremely invested into artificial intelligence and like LLMs, and has some less than savory plans for how we receive our news, for example. Larry, he would really love to get his hands on like CNN and make some changes. And I'm not a fan of CNN, but like so both options are bleak. Both options are very bleak for different reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know which one, I take.
What's the lesser of two evils here?
I personally, if I had to choose, right? If I had to, gun to my head, and I had to make a choice, I'd take Paramount. Would that be bad for society? Yeah.
Yeah.
And bad for the news and bad for a bunch of things? Yeah. But at least movie theaters would still be operating.
The movie theaters are safe, guys. We won. That's the only thing everybody will just say. Movie theaters are safe, guys. We won. It's like it's bleak now. It's like my news is AI.
At least Paramount makes movies, and I guess we can get like a if Warner Brothers and Paramount crossover, we can finally get the Harry Potter Transformers crossover. We've been clamoring.
Finally, that's all I've been waiting for.
All right. So, speaking of Oracle and AI, we're moving on to our next topic, and that is the Disney Sora deal. Didn't you hear when I saw this news? This was like a real like, it was just like a defeat. I just felt awful, and it was a real like, that bit from like Oni Plays where I was telling all my friends, and it was a real Beto, Sora, Disney sold his IP to Sora. Doesn't matter. Any channel. And that's how I felt. That was a real like kick in the gut, because my thing about this is the why and the how. Before we get into the why and how, I have the document here of the of what Sora has said in their Disney deal.
Mm-hmm.
As part of this 3-year licensing agreement, Sora will be able to generate short, user-prompted social videos that can be viewed and shared by fans, drawing on more than 200 Disney, Marvel, Pixar, and Star Wars characters. Agreement will make a selection of these fan-inspired Sora short-form videos, get ready for it, available to stream on Disney+. Oh yeah, the Disney and OpenAI affirm a shared commitment to the responsible use of AI and protects the safety of users and the rights of its creators. Alongside licensing agreement, Disney will become a major customer of OpenAI, using its API to build new products, tools, and experiences, including for Disney+, and deploying ChatGPT for its employees. As part of the agreement, Disney will make a $1 billion equity investment in OpenAI and receive warrants to purchase additional equity. Woo!
I want it. Why did 4chan die? Or I want everyone to invade that and start posting Darth Vader twerking.
No, it's great. It's great because as they said, they're gonna post this on Disney+. That's what got me. Okay, I had not read that before in any article. Right? When it said they want to upload user-created shorts on the Disney+, that is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life.
That's horrendous.
That's the worst idea. That's the worst idea I've ever heard. Like, yeah, man, you can pay like whatever $20 a month for Disney+, and like your kid can watch Darth Vader call him like the N-word on his television.
Exactly.
Incredible.
And this is like a public kind of thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah. How can this ever go wrong?
Yeah. How can it go wrong?
How can it go wrong?
And I think the other thing about that, I believe it's gonna be, the idea is that Disney will have like some sort of control, or they believe they'll have control.
They will
Right.
believe.
They believe that Sora will be able to generate videos in a nice, clean, family-friendly fashion, right? That they'll be able to have control over the AI, and it will only have the Disney characters do completely safe for work, brand-friendly things. That's...
I can't wait for the Defunct Land episode in 10 years.
Yeah, that's where you're wrong, right? That is like the biggest, like, I don't know how you convinced anybody of that. And the biggest question mark I have is Sora didn't pay Disney to do this. Disney paid Sora to do this. Huh?
Of course.
Wait. Disney? Disney invested $1 million so their IPs could be used on an AI platform. Huh? I don't get it. This is the most, like, none of this makes sense to me.
And what was the point?
Maybe I'm not like a real businessman, I never went to business school, but please, economists, tell me how Disney paying an AI company for the privilege of allowing randos to generate content of their characters makes any economic sense. Because I don't got it. I don't got anything.
I ain't got anything. Leave it in the comments below. Tell us. Just let us know.
I can't believe this. Like,
how is this ethically correct?
And the other thing is, Disney is famously litigious.
Yeah.
They are psychos with it. Okay?
Yeah.
A Disney lawyer will like hunt you like a dog in the street if you draw 3 circles a little too close together. But now they're like, yeah, man, pump all of our characters straight into the plagiarism machine. I just don't get it.
Big hypocrisy.
Decades of hard work, decades of talent, creative vision, blood, sweat, and tears, just pumped into a bottomless pit of a machine to spit out nonsense, right? So somebody can have a video of like Darth Vader, fighting Iron Man, poorly done for the sword film. I don't get it. None of this makes sense.
That's where the Marvel Disney crossover happens, and then they're gonna put it, and it's like, you have to pay an extra $30 to watch this.
And none of it is sustainable, right? It's an unsustainable thing. And as a person who appreciates animation and art, right? Please, Beto, what is your how do you feel about Disney selling out to Sora? No, not even selling out, buying in.
I feel like it's a huge letdown, like a huge big hypocrisy, because they set the standard. They didn't set the standard, but a lot of movies, a lot of people believed and worked hard to even be in a Disney animated team to do any of this. And all these actors, all these studios, all these creators, they wanted to create something magical and inspiring for other people to just join. And all that effort is going to be put into copy and paste. Let people just like cheaply do something, just like copy and paste their work and think, oh, I'm better than them. It's horrible.
And my other thing about it is, people can already do this on the AI platforms.
Yeah, they could.
Like, I guess hypothetically now, since they did a quote unquote exclusive deal, they
Yeah.
can like be super litigious and like hunt down, you know, all the other platforms like chat, all the chat GPT and like Grok and whatever that
Mhm.
use Disney characters. But I just don't see the long termness, to this. It's not gonna help storytelling. It's
No.
not gonna help animation.
No.
It's not gonna help anything culturally. It's not gonna make anything new. Uh,
But here's one thing for the people who probably are listening. We're talking about Gen AI, generative AI. We're not talking about the AI that can help, because there are some helpful AI. But
yes,
Gen AI, Sora, ChatGPT. This is just taking stuff that's already there, that's alive, and just
and you've
creating.
seen Sora. You've
Yeah,
seen like it can make I don't know. It's getting better, and this is the other thing about AI. Is it
derogatory,
is getting better. Right?
derogatory.
It used to be like really horrific,
Yeah,
but now it looks. I'm gonna say like 70% of something.
it looks. Yeah, it feels
And
like some people would be tricked by it.
you would be tricked by it, or not even tricked, satisfied. And
Yeah,
that's actually the real scary part. Is um, it's gonna reach good enough pretty soon, and once we hit like true good enough, like it is good enough for some people already, but those people are I would say a lower class of human being. Um, but I believe we're like 3 months. Nah, no, maybe not two. I'm gonna say 6 months. We're 6 months out of it hitting good enough for like 70% of the population,
yeah,
right? And once that happens, I think it's kind of over. Um, and once it hits like a certain level of like, oh, well, that looks good. Because think about it. Think about all the slop people consume on a daily basis. Think about all the, you know, super reader of stories, the, think about every like bad comic or like webtoon you've read that's just copy and paste, right?
yeah.
Every isekai that's out there, um, every single police procedural in courtroom drama that's like not that good. There's an appetite for, I would say, um, mediocre content that you can watch absent-mindedly. And once AI is able to consistently make content that is mediocre, because right now it's not quite mediocre. There's always something off-putting about it. Or if you can make something, you can only make something in short bursts. But once we hit like true mediocrity with AI, I think that's gonna be we're in the danger zone. Because
Yeah,
the general audiences would go, oh, whatever, right? And you might say it's AI, and they would say, oh, okay. Mm. Um, and I fear for that. I fear for that moment.
yeah. There's gonna be people who just immediately just think that that's okay and fall for it very clearly, and they wouldn't even bat an eye.
And I think that's why it's important to have like a principled stance against AI, not because it's bad, but because of what it represents.
Yeah,
Because it won't be bad forever, and it's a lot better than it used to be. And so it's, do you not like AI because it is this like plagiarism machine that steals from artists and poisons the water, or do you not like AI because it looks goofy? And we're gonna get a real test for that, because even now, right? One of my like big gripes with AI, currently, is how inescapable it is.
it's everywhere.
Um, I remember like at my job, right? We had a very simple thing, right? It was like we were running a promotion for something, and we wanted to make like a poster for the job. And, I was all, I was like, okay, whatever, you can make a poster. And my coworker, someone who I value his opinions, he's a very smart guy, I respect him, right? Was like, hey, I just used ChatGPT to whip up this poster. I took one look at it, and I was like, that's terrible. But he was like, yeah, whatever, we'll just alter it a little bit. I'm like, and that was the moment I had to be like, oh, right? Because it was somebody who was like, oh, this guy, and I still believe, like, very, on the ball, smart
Yeah.
guy. And it was just like, oh, okay, that was good enough for him, right? It hit good enough for him.
It looked fine. Yeah,
right. I got
this.
people at my job, they're like, oh yeah, just use AI to do like a workflow or make a plan or whatever. And it's a real like, oh, and it's just so common for people to use ChatGPT or whatever, in this kind of way to replace the thinking that they used to do.
Yeah.
I, as a creative, right, for what I create, what we create, be it podcasting or video essays or whatever, or doing like YouTube videos, AI is everywhere, right? And I'll say this, and I'm not full of like Butlerian jihad, because in some ways, it is useful, right? Like, I use Riverside, for example, and I think AI can help when it comes to giving me a transcript. I don't like publish that transcript, but it allows me to quickly go through a video and, track what's happened. I think that's a good feature, right? Or AI can help clean up the audio, right? I think that's not a bad thing. That helps with the actual creation process. But let's just say the AI tools go a little deeper than that, because very quickly they'll say, "Hey, we'll use AI to make a description, for your videos." Because hey, why bother writing what you think the episode is about? Tell people we can do that for you. In fact, we'll do the ad for you. We'll make clips for you. We'll do all these things for you. We'll make the thumbnail for you. We'll do all this. Just don't worry about it. Hey, just talk a little bit.
Yeah.
On YouTube, right? There's a section on YouTube called Inspiration. And it is perhaps one of the most demonic things I've seen. Because if you're a YouTuber or you do anything with YouTube and you go to your creator studio, you will see a section called Inspiration where there's AI generated thumbnails and video topics based on your content.
Wow.
And they say, well, people who view your content will like this. And it is the most generic slop I've seen. And I hate it. I hate it. And like, not all my videos hit. Sometimes things flop, whatever. But I'd rather have something flop that I stand behind than making, why don't you make a video about why Berserk is a deep, dark story? Why don't you make a video about the hero's journey? Why don't you make a video like, the last 5 guys who made a video on this topic and just make slop that just goes into the algorithm without any purpose or vision or reason? Just make.
Yeah.
Just make.
Just make these things. Just easily do them, and then you'll get your millions.
You won't even have to talk. Because the AI can do the talking. The AI can make the video. The AI can do, like, the whole thing, right? I hate the fact that I have to, quote-unquote, compete with, podcasts that are just computers talking, right? That's just like, I've seen this AI thing for, like, a podcast that's like, oh, it's like this history. And it's completely AI-generated thumbnails, AI voice. That's just like history to fall asleep to, and half the time the information's not incorrect, and but hundreds, thousands of people watch these videos. It's maddening, right? All of it is so maddening to me as someone who creates and makes things because I want to.
Yeah,
because I thought about it in my head, in my brain. I had an idea. And I said, I want to make this idea real. But, I feel like an idiot. because I'm not doing this. Okay, you have tutorials. That's like, oh, how to grow your followers, and it's just like, oh yeah, just make a bunch of AI slop and crowd the platform. That's so terrible to me. I feel like if you do that, you should have your channel taken away.
No, they encourage it. They just encourage this kinds of just uninspired garbage. You just never want that to. They don't aspire or produce or commend creativity. They just want to exploit this lazy tool.
And we're entering, I think, the last part of our discussion about why AI sucks, and that's because AI, as it stands right now, 2025, end of 2025, is not a profitable venture. Okay, there's no actual money. None of these things are generating money. None of these things are value adds in the traditional business sense. AI is propped up entirely by like this bubble created by the stock market and by investment and by people believing in the product. And that's a problem because like 15% of our economy, I think, what I've read, is tied up, or 15% of the stock market is tied up in imaginary items. Because even though AI is everywhere, right, it is not, there's no money coming in. Everyone's putting more money in. Disney's putting more money in, right? And the actual way the stocks work is it's literally one company to another just passing money around in a circle in order to prop this up, and also abusing government subsidies. So, like they said, they can steal our water and poison the communities that they build around. So it is just this huge bubble that, if it bursts, will take down the U.S. economy with it in a 2008 style crash. And we're all just like chained to it, right? My future, your future, right? Your children's future is tied to a bunch of rich people passing around made up money. And if anyone for a second, right, takes a look and said, actually, this is kind of fake and not real, the entire thing collapses. Hundreds of thousands of people are out of their jobs, and I guess we return to industrial times. I don't know.
We go back
really
to basics. Yay!
It's really bad, folks, and I hate that now. It just feels like they keep winning. They just keep getting another lifeline thrown at them. So now we have more investment, right? And picture this Disney deal just allowed more investment and boosted AI even more. And it just keeps going and going and going.
We should invest. We should put our money. Yeah, we should put our money.
We should invest in NVIDIA, to be honest. I should have kept my investments because, hey, if you can't beat them,
join
them.
Exactly.
Until I guess the entire thing collapses,
I slip out the last second.
I just hope this time. I'm not gonna say that. I was gonna say something, but you know what?
You say it, and then you can just bleep it out in the edit.
Okay. Well, I just hope this time when the economy fully collapses, we can get a repeat of some famous scenes from the Great Depression with stock traders. What that could be, who knows?
Get your beach chair and binoculars.
Yeah.
And a pair of binoculars.
And my umbrella,
Yeah.
Because they're the ones who put us in this predicament.
Yeah.
So, that's AI. That's AI, folks.
That's AI.
We are
are
we cooked?
Are we cooked?
Is there hope?
Yeah, sorta. There's hope. The hope is that it crashes. It's not a good hope, but it's the only hope we needed to have. Just let it crash.
Art will continue. Art will always continue, right?
Of course.
You can't make people stop making art. People will continue to make good things, right? I mean,
it would 100% go back to people appreciating art, not the way that me and you in this podcast would do it. How we appreciate it very much, that we take our time to love it. I think there's going to be people who's going to be like, it doesn't look like Pixar. And there you go. There's going to be it's just going to go right around. Because I remember one time there was like a news article that Netflix wanted to create their own movie theater. So in time, all of this is going to go right back to where we started. And and that will be just how it is.
You know what's the most depressing thing for me personally?
Mm-hmm.
Is being the kind of person that, like, you know, uncritically appreciates AI art and who likes slop and, you know, doesn't care, you know, about quality is they're probably much happier than I am.
Yeah.
They're probably way more satisfied than I ever.
Life is
will
jolly
be.
for them right now.
Yeah. And I think that's the real frustrating part in my head.
There's
Is
someone happier than me.
Because not I don't mind people being happier than me, but it's like, because I have a deeper appreciation for these things, I know when they're not good. And
Yeah.
because I have that knowledge, it taints things. It's kind of like, you know, I cook, right? In my profession. And when you work with food on a deeper level and you understand different flavors and stuff, you know good food, you know bad food, right? And you know mediocre food. And, you know, on some level, I'm perfectly fine eating mediocre food, but it's not satisfying, right? Not in the same way a really well done meal. When you have a really well done meal, I feel like you can, like, appreciate it on a deeper level than someone who doesn't understand it, right? Because them, it's just like, oh, that was good, that was really good, but you know, the flavors, the texture and stuff is not being picked up. It's being picked up on a subconscious layer, but not a conscious layer. And to be able to consciously enjoy quality is a very special feeling, because you had that privilege of knowing something on that deeper level. But if at the same time you experience a lot more lows because you know the difference.
Yeah.
Versus if you can only subconsciously appreciate quality, right? Most things are great to you. You know, Applebee's is fantastic. You know, you're eating good at Applebee's. And those people are happier.
Yeah.
Because life is just more I don't know, the colors are brighter for them.
Yeah.
You know, they're watching like NBC's Found, and you're like, wow, what a good show. I can't believe it. And they're not thinking about it beyond that. And you know, they infuriate me. But at the same time, I you know, I gotta let them go. If I could be like them, I don't know. I don't know. This is a real blue pill, you know. Do I want to go back in the Matrix type situation?
I want to go
But
back. If you
part of me
would.
wants to, man. But part of me would love to watch like a Marvel movie and be like, wow, that was great. That was incredible. I've noticed no quality dips. You know? I would love to watch Brave, like what, Captain America, Brave New World, and like be like, wow, what a movie. But I can't do it. I'm burdened with knowledge.
We're burdened with knowledge. Knowing
And,
that knowing some movies are good, some movies are not. Have critical thinking skills. I'm sorry. We read books.
read books, you know?
Mm.
So, you know, are we cooked maybe? I feel like there's gonna be a shift, especially when the old guard goes away.
Mm-hmm.
When Scorsese and Spielberg, you know, I guess Cameron or whatever aren't around, or their voices aren't as important, I feel like we're gonna be in a bad spot.
That's going to be the time where I become a hermit. You'll never see me again.
I just hope the new guard can carry us, you know, and they don't make deals, Because that's the other thing. Like, a lot of these people I think will make deals. I just hope they don't. I hope
Yeah, we
Jordan
lost with the
Peele.
Russo brothers. Don't count on
Russo
them.
brothers, you lost. I hope Jordan Peele stands strong.
Please, Jordan Peele.
I hope our other big creators, like be it Chloe Zhao or whatnot, stand strong and don't be consumed into the slop system.
Mm-hmm. Stand firm.
That's all we can hope for.
Tom Cruise, you need to do a whole Mission Impossible to save Hollywood.
Maybe not.
Maybe not Tom Cruise, but who knows?
maybe not Mission Impossible. But Tom Cruise, yeah, we need a new Tom Cruise. I don't know who, but we'll I think we'll get him if we try hard enough.
Bet it all on Timmy.
Bet it all on Timmy. You know what, Timmy maybe.
Persuade people. I definitely.
What if Timothy Chalamet got swole? We've yet to see this. Maybe that's new. That's the next step for him.
That is a sight to see. I didn't think that would happen. If that ever happens,
maybe that is the next step for his career. We just haven't thought about that. But what if he just got jacked out of his mind? Maybe that will be our Lisan El Gaib. That's what we were missing. That's one ingredient that he's missing. Is he sees to put on 40 pounds.
Dude, ton of weights. Just lifts.
Just ton of weights. Yeah.
Just immediately starts getting jacked and he's like, I'm the Lisan El Gaib.
Yeah, I think that's what's gonna save cinema.
Yeah.
Is Timothy Chalamet has to, start working out, start eating his protein, maybe go on a little bit of gear.
Yeah.
And just get jacked out of his mind. I think that will herald us to a golden age of cinema.
Exactly. Everyone just joins in.
Well, yeah, we will leave you with that image, folks. A dream
That's
of
a great
better
image
future.
Yeah.
With that, it's been fun on our Peak of Fiction little quick chat podcast, and we hope y'all have a good one.
Adios, muchachos. Muchachos and muchachas.